You know you need to leave. That job that is draining your soul, that relationship that has turned cold, that toxic situation that makes you smaller every single day. You know the door is right there. You see other people walk through it. You spend hours, days, and years rehearsing the escape. So why can't you move? This is not a story about laziness. This is not a story about a lack of willpower or a lack of intelligence. In fact, the smarter you are, the more likely you are to be trapped by this. This is a story about a psychological prison, a cage with no bars that you learned to build around yourself. It's called learned helplessness, and it is the answer to the mystery of why the most capable people so often stay stuck in situations they have the power to change. This is not a story about being helpless. It's a story about believing you are helpless. And understanding why your brain learned this devastating lesson is the only key to finally unlearning it. To understand the invisible force that holds you back, we must go back to a series of brutal but groundbreaking experiments in the 1960s. A young psychologist, Martin Seligman, was studying a simple concept, learning. But what he discovered was the mechanism of despair. The experiment was simple and in 3 phases. He placed dogs in a kennel, a shuttle box, divided by a low wall. Group 1 was the escape group. They were given a mild, unpleasant electric shock, but they learned that if they jumped over the low wall, the shock would stop. They learned a simple, powerful lesson. Action leads to relief. Group 2 was the no-escape group. They were put in the same harness. They were given the same shock, but there was nothing they could do. No matter what they did, jump, bark, struggle, the shock continued randomly until the experimenter decided it was over. They also learned a lesson, a much darker one. Action is futile. Group 3 was the control group. They received no shocks at all. Now comes part 2 of the experiment, the part that changed psychology forever. Seligman took all the dogs and put them one by one into a new kennel. This kennel also had a low wall. This time, for everyone, jumping over the wall would stop the shock. The escape was obvious. The solution was simple. The dogs from Group 1, the escape group, the moment the shock started, they calmly jumped the wall. They had learned that action worked. The dogs from Group 3, the control group, they yelped, ran around in a panic, and quickly discovered, by accident, that jumping the wall saved them. And then came the dogs from Group 2, the no-escape group. The shock began, and they did nothing. They didn't jump. They didn't even try. They just lay down and whimpered. They accepted the pain, even when the escape route was right in front of them. They had learned from their past that their actions were meaningless. This past truth had become their present reality. They had, quite literally, learned to be helpless. This is a tragic 60-year-old story about dogs. So what does it have to do with you? What does it have to do with that job application, that relationship, that feeling of being stuck? Everything. because our modern world is a human-sized version of that exact shuttle box. And this is the mystery of why smart people make foolish choices. We are not dogs, but our brains are learning machines, and our world is full of shocks. Let's translate the experiment. The harness is the situation you can't control. The shock is the pain, the failure, the rejection. Maybe it was your first job. You had a toxic boss. You tried everything. You tried speaking up. You tried working harder. You tried HR, and nothing worked. You were in a no-escape harness. You learned that your effort in a corporate setting is futile. Or maybe it was a series of toxic relationships. You tried to be more loving. You tried to set boundaries. You tried to fix the person, and nothing worked. You learned that your effort in a relationship is futile. Now, fast forward to today. A new job opportunity appears. A healthy person wants to date you. The door is open. The shock is escapable. And you, like the dogs in Group 2, do nothing. You don't apply for the job. You ghost the healthy person. Your brain, trying to protect you, screams, "Don't bother. Remember what happened last time. Action is futile. Just lay down. It will hurt less." This is the mystery. It is not a logical decision. It is a trained decision. It is an emotional scar masquerading as a rational thought. This is the brilliant student who, after failing one big exam, stops studying for all of them. This is the entrepreneur who, after their first business fails, never tries again, even with a brilliant new idea. This is the person who doom scrolls for hours, reading terrible news, feeling awful, but never acting because they have learned that the world is unfixable. This is the drama, the fight between your present reality, the door is open, and your past perception, the harness is still on. It is a ghost, an invisible force, holding you in place. You are living in a memory. But why does the brain do this? This seems like a failure of evolution. Why would we learn to be helpless? It's not a failure. It's a feature. The brain is not trying to make you happy. It is trying to make you efficient. And to understand the cure, you must first understand the mechanism. It's not just a feeling. It's an equation. Your brain is a prediction machine. Its entire job is to look at your past and build a rule book for the future, all in an effort to conserve energy. It is constantly running an algorithm. Effort equals ? In Group 1, the algorithm was effort equals relief. The rule was keep trying. In Group 2, the algorithm was effort equals pain. The rule was stop trying. It's a waste of energy. Learned helplessness is a cognitive distortion. It is the brain's logical response to an illogical situation. It is an energy-saving mechanism. The brain learns that trying is metabolically expensive and emotionally painful and delivers no results. So it shuts down the trying impulse. It predicts failure, and so it preempts it. This is why willpower doesn't work. You cannot outwill a core prediction. You cannot motivate yourself to escape when your brain has already proven, through past experience, that escape is impossible. Dr. Seligman, in his later research, defined the 3 Ps, the 3 beliefs that form the invisible bars of this prison. When we fail, the helpless brain learns to explain it in 3 devastating ways. 1. Personal. It's my fault. The relationship failed because I am unlovable. I didn't get the job because I am stupid. This is a lie. The harness was the problem, not you. But the brain internalizes the failure. 2. Pervasive. This affects everything. My career is a failure, which means my life is a failure. This one area of failure bleeds into all other areas. The shock in one kennel becomes the truth in all kennels. 3. Permanent. It will never change. I failed today, which means I will fail tomorrow. This situation is forever. This is the true lock. The past is no longer a memory, it is a prophecy. This is the hidden psychology of the prison, a prison built by you, for you, designed to protect you, but in reality, it is suffocating you. So how do you break it? If willpower doesn't work, what does? The original experiment also accidentally discovered the cure. The dogs in group 2 were trapped until the researchers did something to them. And it is the perfect philosophical answer to the problem of a locked mind. This is the lesson. The dogs who had learned to be helpless could not break the cycle by themselves. Their reality was too strong. The only way they could be cured was when the experimenters physically dragged them from the shock side to the safe side. They had to be forced to experience a new reality. After being dragged across 2 or 3 times, a light would go on. The dog, for the first time, realized the connection. The old algorithm, effort equals pain, was broken. A new algorithm was written. This specific effort leads to safety. From that moment on, they would jump. They had unlearned their helplessness. This is the philosophical battle. The past is a powerful force. It is the determinism that says this is how it is. But free will is the act of dragging yourself across the wall. It is the act of forcing a new experience to prove the old prediction wrong. This is the modern lesson for us. You cannot think your way out of this prison. You cannot motivate your way out. You must act your way out. You have to be your own experimenter. You must force yourself to take one tiny, undeniable action. You must drag yourself to create one small piece of new evidence that your old rulebook is wrong. If you are trapped in learned helplessness about your career, your action is not get a new perfect job. Your action is updating one sentence on your resume. Your action is opening the Jobs tab. These are tiny, almost pathetic actions, but they are evidence. They are proof that you are not the dog lying down. You are acting. The antidote to learned helplessness is learned optimism. It is the physical act of testing the door. You know it's been locked for 10 years. You know it's pointless. Your entire body screams, "Don't bother." And you reach out your hand and you turn the knob. And in that one tiny act of stupid defiance, you prove that the past is not in charge. You prove that the cage was never locked. You were. The mystery of why we stay stuck is not a mystery at all. It is a memory. It is a learned response from a time when our actions were futile. The tragedy is not that we learned this lesson. The tragedy is that we keep applying it long after the test is over. The invisible force that holds you back is not in your present. It is the ghost of your past. It is the hidden psychology of a brain that is trying to protect you from a pain that is no longer there. You are not helpless. You are trained. And the good news is that anything that can be learned can be unlearned. The cage is open. The wall is low. The past is not a prophecy. It is just data. And today, you can give your brain a new set of data. This is a profound concept that touches all of us. So my philosophical question for you is this: what is one locked door in your life that you have been too afraid to test? And what is one tiny, undeniable action you can take this week to just check the handle? Let me know your perspective in the comments below. Thank you for thinking with me today.